Alright, so we are back for another Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we are going to be looking at the LR Super BUU under a full 200% leader skill, because of course with the Dokkan Fest Android 21, now that is possible. Now in terms of running them as a rotation, I don't really think it's going to work. I think they only share like, what, a couple links? Probably like Metamorphosis and Fierce Battle. I mean, we could check really quick, but them as a rotation, not really going to be that crazy. But of course you could just throw them on the team, put a couple other Majin Buu units on the team as well, and then he'll have some good linking partners. But the main issue still kind of stands with this guy. His team isn't really that great, or his teams. I mean, he's got Android 21 as a lead now, which is great. But like I said, a lot of the other Majin Buu units really aren't that great. I mean, we got a couple on the team here. You know, we got some of the best ones, honestly. The physical Buuhan, and then I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, this guy sucks, and then the other guy really sucks too. But what I'm trying to say is we just need more Majin Buu units, which of course, this guy's going to get an EZA soon. I guess maybe we could see an EZA for like the Tech Exchange Buu. We could also get a LR Kid Buu eventually as well. This is the guy I was talking about getting an EZA. So definitely some really good potential with his linking partners. But as it stands, they just kind of suck. So this team isn't necessarily made for him, but it's still a good 200% team for him. I guess it's one of his best teams. It's just not like amazing because he doesn't have good linking partners. Sorry, I know that was a little confusing. But with all that said, we can hop right into it. Super BUU is really good for the first couple turns. I know he loses, I think, 120% to stats after the 4th turn. So for the first couple turns we have him, I mean, he's going to be cooking. You know, he's going to be doing a lot of damage. I remember when I initially did my showcase on this guy, he was dropping like nearly 20 million attack stats just like out of the gate. And I remember that like that was just insanity. So this guy definitely still can be good. He's got guard built into his kit. He's got all these good things built in. But like I said, his teams just not being the greatest really do drag him down. And I'm noticing that with a lot of units. You know, we got Kale, we've got the Dokkan Fest androids, we've got Super Trunks, and then this guy. Just a lot of these units, like, just because their teams suck, that could make them completely useless. Well, I don't want to say completely useless, but that would drag their value down a lot, just simply because you have no good spots to run them on. So it really does show these releases in Dokkan are very important. So that's why kind of weird releases like this Android 21, maybe an LR Kid Buu, hopefully, eventually, maybe I don't know, Dokkan Fest Lord Slug or something, would be really, really good for the game, because they're all helping these really weak Extreme Class teams. And of course, it's no coincidence, you know, Dokkan neglects Extreme Class a lot. So of course, getting more Extreme Class units would be very good. So we got Super BUU on this rotation right here. Okay, 6 out of 7 links. So we're missing Infinite Regeneration. What does that do again? Just want to double check really quick so we know what we're missing. Oh, wow. 2 key, 3% HP, and then 10% defense. So wait, in total, this guy's getting a good amount of defense from his links. He's got Metamorphosis, so that's 10%. Infinite Regeneration, which is 20%. Majin, which I think, yeah, it's 15%. So what, that's 35% defense just from his links. And then obviously, you know, between Fierce Battle, between Brutal Beatdown, and then Legendary Power, there's a lot of attack going on in his links as well. So definitely a very important unit to link level. If you want to get a little ahead of the curve, maybe before he gets, you know, a really good linking partner, getting him link leveled now would be pretty smart. But anyway, right here, 365k defense. Okay, so a couple things to keep in mind. We have a 70% chance to guard, which is really good if we get it, because we're building up. We build up 140% defense, which, by the way, we'll go over his full kit in detail, but just let me go over the, you know, the big things first. So he gets 30% attack and defense on Super. He builds up 140% defense with every attack received, or 20% up to 140% with every attack received. And then he's got a 70% chance to guard. Now, he gets guaranteed guard if there is a Majin Buu Saga or Fuse Fighters category enemy, but unfortunately, it's not really that common in difficult content right now, and difficult content is probably what most people are looking for with, you know, these big-time releases like this. So, not really the greatest restriction, but, you know, as I said, casual 20 million turn 1, and then a 16 million crit. Keep in mind, that was an AoE. I mean, look, man. All I'm saying is that's pretty insane for turn 1. If we had the guard right there, then what? We were around 500k defense, not including any additionals we could have gotten with guard. So 20 million, 16 million crit, 500k defense with guard. I mean, turn 1, I would say that's pretty good, right? We also do have an active skill, which is pretty good. It's not insane. This isn't really well, I was going to say this isn't really a damage dealing unit, but I guess I can't really say that with, you know, the 20 million crit he just dropped. But he's not like stacking attack or anything, and the attack buffs in his crit, or in his kit, aren't really insane, I guess. I mean, for the first couple turns, it's good because he's got that extra 120% attack, but by the time you get the active skill, that buff is going to have, you know, worn off. So his active skill isn't going to hit insanely hard, but it's still pretty good. You recover some HP, and then you also nullify an enemy's attack. So definitely still very useful. I mean, like I said, this guy is going to have good spots if you have him linked up next to a good linking partner, but that kind of is the issue. And also, this is not a big bad bosses unit, so even when we do eventually get an LR Kid Buu, unfortunately, they're not going to share that link. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to link well together. I'm really, really hoping Kid Buu is going to be like a crazy support. Maybe support like, I don't know, what would be a good category? I mean, realistically, Transformation Boost would be pretty good because that's pretty broad, and a lot of really weak Extreme Class units are on there. So if Kid Buu supported Transformation Boost for like 40% attack and defense, and then maybe, you know, a little bit of damage reduction, then it could really make this guy a lot better. Because, yeah, dude, look at this. 450k defense, basically. 70% chance to guard. If we were facing a Fuse Fighters or Majin Buu Saga category enemy, it'd be guaranteed guard. We get 30% defense on both 12 and 18 key super attack effect. We do have built-in additionals, and we still have a lot of defense to build up. I mean, that's pretty good, and we're about to casually drop like a, you know, 99 million attack stat right here. So, yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, we got a lot of support. We got a lot of links activated. This is not a rotation you can run in difficult content. Something you got to keep in mind. You will get absolutely obliterated. Super Buu will be fine, but everyone else on this rotation will just, you know, get crushed. So, yeah, okay, 16 million, so a little bit of a drop-off, actually, but still really good. Yeah, 13 million damage without a crit. I mean, we had type advantage right there, but still, dude, Super Buu is an absolute menace, man. On a 200% leader skill now, I mean, he's going to be cooking. It's just his teams, they really do suck. I guess if you want to, like, nuke, if you want to, I don't know, do a punching bag event, if you want to do anything like that, Super Buu would be a really, really good option because, as you can see, without items and just a little bit of support and a 200% leader skill, this guy's pushing 20 million turn one with a crit. So if you do end up using items or something like that, you could easily get 99 million. So I definitely think in the punching bag event, in any of these like just one phase red zone stages where it's just one enemy, maybe you got type advantage, maybe you're type neutral, you just nuke with this guy, he'll most likely kill the enemy, and then you should be fine. So for now, his use isn't crazy because unfortunately in difficult content, you can't really run this guy because, I mean, it's just his linking partners suck. So if you bring the linking partners, you start to struggle with him. Don't get me wrong, there's good setups. You could run this guy next to LR Janemba. LR Janemba does have his own issues, though, so that's not necessarily an amazing example, but he could still be pretty good if you build up with him. He's around, like, what, 400k defense with guard, maybe 500k, so that's definitely pretty solid, but I don't know, Janemba still is a little wonky in his own scenarios. There's the STR Super Buu, who got his EZA during the 8th year anniversary. Okay, a lot of people really like that guy. He's good, don't get me wrong, but are you really going to wish you brought him on the team when you get Buu tanks? Like, no, you're only going for Piccolo or Buuhan. Most of the time you're going for Buuhan, but unfortunately, it's going to be kind of difficult to get most of the time, or at least, you know, you can get unlucky and just not get it, and then your whole run's screwed over. And with these red zone attempts, you know, being limited, that isn't really something you can afford sometimes. So that unit has his old can of issues as well. So that's what I'm saying. Most of the Super Buu's, like, linking partners are really complicated. There's something wrong with them. There's something going on. So in difficult content, it's just going to be really difficult with this guy because of, you know, bad linking partners. But right here, you could see a crazy drop off in his stats. Not only did we lose support, but also we lost the 120% to stats. I mean, that's not really great, but in slot 2 and 3, that is going to be good because we still get the 30% attack and defense on 12 and 18 key super attack effect. We've got built-in additionals. We're not fully built up, so that's still going to go up. And we get the 70% chance to guard. So there's a lot going on still that he's still pretty impressive, but if he doesn't get his guard right here, he kind of sucks defensively. I mean, offensively, I think he's still going to be pretty good. He's got the AoE. He's got, again, the additionals and all that built in. But I don't know, man. I mean, still, his defense, if we don't get the guard, is really rough right here. But also, we did like a 15 million attack stat. So, you know, there's that. I mean, that's pretty casual, too. Yeah, he's crazy, man. Really good unit. With a 200% leader skill, this guy's so insane. It's really just sad that his teams suck. Like, an LR Kid Buu would be so perfect. Give us the easy A for the tech exchange boo. Make them both really, really good. Don't fumble them. And then I think this guy is a pretty good spot because there's a couple good options you could probably just throw on the team. Like I mentioned, Janimba might be a good floater. I guess... Who else? I mean, I'm looking at the linking partners right now on Dokkan Wiki. There's also the STR Dokkan Fest Kid Boo. Am I saying he's good? No, but you could kind of throw him on the team, and maybe he'll be alright if he's got, like, type advantage or something. He does have the nullifications built in, and he is healing a lot. So, I mean, he could be kind of good, but even him, like, I don't want to say we're waiting on an easy A, but he kind of doesn't need an easy A. So, really just bad with all of his teams. Not a big fan of how they've handled it, but like I said, Dokkan neglects Extreme Class a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get his active skill really quick, and then we'll go ahead and cut to a difficult event to try and see how good he's going to perform in there. So the condition for his active skill is that it can be activated when HP is 60% or less, starting from the 5th turn from start of battle. Obviously, in the Legendary Vegeta event, it's going to be pretty difficult to get activated. So if we can't get it in here, we'll just try and get it during whatever difficult event I bring him in. I mean, I want to bring him in an event where he's got type advantage, so I guess Stage 8 of the Shadow Dragon event isn't horrible. I know that second phase is STR, and he still hits for, like, you know, well over 1 million. There's the Gamma Red Zone stage. That's not horrible either. I don't, we got some options, so I'll figure whatever out, and then I'll bring him in there. But, yeah, I guess what we could do is we could probably just cut to that now, because it doesn't really matter. Or we could look at his defensive stat right here, and then we'll cut to that, because we're not going to get the active skill in here. Like I said, it's going to be pretty difficult to get. And I'm pretty sure he's fully built up now. So, pretty realistic turn right here. Yeah, 460k defense. I mean, that's good. But, dude, if you don't get that guard, I don't know, man. It's going to be pretty rough with him. I mean, with the first couple turns, I mean, still, even, you know, those first couple turns, if you don't get the guard, he's going to get messed up. So, that's why that 70% chance, it's nice. 70% chance to guard, you know, that's same thing as a 70% chance to dodge. You see it very often, but that one time you don't get it, you're going to get messed up, man. You're going to get absolutely obliterated. So, anyway, with all that shown, let's go ahead and cut to, I guess, Stage 8 of the Shadow Dragon event. We'll try and see how he's looking during that second phase. So, let's cut to that. Alright, so we're here fighting Red Zone Broly. I know I mentioned the Shadow Dragon event before, but, dude, let me just say, this active skill has to be one of the most pain-in-the-ass active skills to get activated I've ever experienced. So this whole team is healing, so having to get the active skill with Super Boo that has an HP condition on it is really, really difficult. You have to be below 60% HP from turn 5, and like I said, this whole team's healing. Everyone basically has metamorphoses, so there's just so much healing going on, I literally cannot get this activated. So I figured I'd just take him in here. We'll record. If we get the active skill, we get it. If not, we don't. I've been trying for like an hour to get this thing. I just keep on getting unlucky, so if we don't get it, whatever, we don't get it. I'll just go over the effect of it, and then we can just leave it at that. So, I already mentioned the condition behind it. The effect is that he massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to enemy, recovers 40% HP, and then disables an enemy's action once within turn. So, definitely a very good effect, because you have to be below 60% HP, and then also you heal 40% HP. Kind of makes it to where you'll have full health after you use the active skill, so really good with that. Also, the enemy nullification, or like the attack nullification, is really nice as well. So, yeah, we're not going to gloss over that. He did tank a super from Broly. Broly hits for like, what, 1.2, I think? So, definitely very good. I'm pretty sure he does have his guard here. And just look at him cook, man. All these additionals. So, his defense right here, what, we got the triple super, so it's really high, actually. Hang on, I want to see what his defensive stat was. Or I guess we'll just wait till the next turn to see it. But, yeah, really good. Definitely, like I said, Super Boo is going to be great after he supers. If you get the guard with him, he's going to look impressive. His damage is going to be pretty impressive. And all around, a good unit. It's just, unfortunately, his teams kind of drag him down. So, I guess we'll leave the showcase at that. Let me know what you guys are thinking of LR Super Boo now that he has a 200% leader skill. And let me know what Majin Power units you want to see in the future that will help this guy and his teams. Me personally, and what a lot of other people are probably going to say, you know, we just need an LR Kid Boo. It's just time. We need it. So, hopefully we can see that soon, because that would massively benefit this guy, especially if he's like a crazy support, crazy good slot 1 option, and yeah, just really good potential with that. So once again, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.